Building your first investment portfolio doesn't have to be complicated, risky, or expensive. In fact, you can get started today with whatever you have. Whether you're starting from zero, rebuilding your finances, or just finally ready to take investing seriously, this video is your complete guide to building your first $1,000 portfolio, step by step. Before we talk strategy, let's talk timing. Because the biggest mistake beginners make is waiting. It's easy to think you need a huge sum of money to start. But that's a myth that costs people their financial future. The real power of investing comes from starting early, even if it's with a small amount. Here's a mind-blowing fact: if you invest just $5 per day, that's about $150 per month. With an average historical market return of 8%, that small daily habit can grow to over $30,000 in 10 years. To build your first portfolio, you need a home for your investments. This is called a brokerage account. Think of it as a special bank account designed to hold stocks, funds, and other assets. In the past, opening one was a complicated process with high fees. But today, technology has made it incredibly simple and accessible for everyone, especially in the USA. When you're choosing a brokerage, here's what to look for to make sure it's beginner-friendly. First, you want a platform with no account minimums, so you can start with any amount of money you have. Second, look for no trading commissions. This means you won't be charged a fee every time you buy or sell an investment, which is crucial when you're starting small. Third, fractional shares are a game changer. They allow you to buy a piece of a stock, even if you can't afford a full share. Want to own a piece of a company whose stock costs hundreds or thousands of dollars? With fractional shares, you can start with just $5. Also, ensure the platform offers automatic investing, which lets you set up recurring deposits and purchases. Finally, choose a brokerage with a good reputation, strong security measures, and an easy-to-use mobile app. Most major platforms like Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and Vanguard offer all of these features today. The specific brokerage doesn't matter as much as picking one you feel comfortable using and sticking with it. Now for the exciting part, let's build the heart of your portfolio. For beginners, the simplest and most effective way to grow wealth is through broad index funds. Instead of trying to pick individual winning stocks, which is incredibly difficult, index funds let you buy the entire market in one go. These funds give you instant exposure to hundreds or thousands of companies, making your investment automatically diversified. Diversification is key because it spreads out your risk. If one company does poorly, it has a minimal impact on your overall portfolio. Here are the 3 most beginner-friendly options for your core holdings. First, the S&P 500 Index Fund. This is the gold standard for many investors. It holds shares in 500 of the largest and most influential U.S. companies. With a long-term average return of around 8-10, it's a fantastic building block for any portfolio. Second is a total stock market index fund. This fund goes even broader, owning nearly every publicly traded company in the U.S. market. It offers even more diversification with very similar historical returns to the S&P 500. Third, consider a global index fund. If you want to invest beyond the U.S., this type of fund includes companies from all around the world, giving you international exposure and further diversifying your holdings. A strong beginner portfolio should put 70-90% of its money into these stable, diversified index funds. This forms your solid foundation for long-term growth. Once your foundation of stable index funds is set, you can add a small growth section to your portfolio to potentially boost your returns. This portion is more aggressive and should only make up about 10-20% of your total contributions. This is where you can take on a little more risk for the chance of higher rewards. This growth component can include things like technology ETFs, which focus on fast-growing tech companies. You could also explore innovation ETFs, which invest in cutting-edge fields like artificial intelligence, robotics, or genomics. Other options include clean energy ETFs, focusing on renewable resources, or emerging markets funds, which invest in developing economies with high growth potential. If you're interested in learning about individual companies, you could also dedicate this portion to a small number of individual stocks you've researched. Remember, this part of your portfolio will experience more volatility. It can grow faster, but it can also drop faster. That's precisely why it should remain a small slice of your overall investment strategy. Think of it as your portfolio's booster, not the main engine. To reach your first $1,000 and beyond, you need a system, not motivation, not hype. A system. Relying on feeling motivated to invest is a recipe for failure. Instead, Create a consistent contribution plan that runs on autopilot. Let's break down how quickly you can reach your first $1,000 depending on your weekly contribution. If you set aside just $20 per week, you'll hit your $1,000 goal in about a year. Increase that to $30 a week, and you'll get there in roughly 8 months. At $50 per week, you'll reach $1,000 in just 5 months. And if you can manage $100 per week, you'll have your first $1,000 portfolio in about 10 weeks. And remember, these timelines are before any market growth or compound interest kicks in. The real trick is to automate everything. Go into your brokerage account and set up a recurring transfer from your bank account. You can schedule it for every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, whatever works with your pay cycle. When you automate the process, the money moves and gets invested without you having to think about it. You'll hit your $1,000 milestone without even noticing. Let us put it all together and build a sample 1,000 portfolio so you can see exactly what this looks like in practice. This is a simple, balanced approach perfect for a beginner. Out of your $1,000, you could allocate $700 to an S&P 500 index fund. This is the core of your portfolio, providing stable, diversified, long-term growth by investing in America's top companies. Next, you could put $200 into a technology ETF, like one that tracks the NASDAQ 100. This adds a layer of higher growth potential from the innovative tech sector. Finally, you could allocate the remaining $100 to either an individual stock you believe in for the long term or a global ETF for international exposure. This smaller portion is your learning money. It helps you get comfortable with different types of investments without risking a significant part of your capital. This 70-20-10 split is simple, diversified, and has a proven track record of working over decades. If you're extra risk averse, you could adjust this to put 80% or even 90% in the index fund. If you're comfortable with more risk, you could slightly increase the growth portion. The key is to create a plan that you can stick with. One of the most powerful and often overlooked tools in investing is dividend reinvesting. Many companies and index funds share a portion of their profits with shareholders in the form of payments called dividends. You have two choices. You can take these dividends as cash, or you can automatically reinvest them. By choosing to reinvest them, those profits are used to buy more shares of the same investment. Those new shares will then earn you more dividends in the future, which in turn buy even more shares. This creates a powerful compounding cycle where your wealth builds on itself without you having to lift a finger. Most brokerages have a simple checkbox to turn on a dividend reinvestment plan, often called a DRIP. Make sure this is enabled for all your investments. It's the ultimate lazy investing strategy and is absolutely essential for maximizing your long-term growth. It turns your portfolio into a self-fueling wealth-building machine. The final step is incredibly simple to understand, but it's also the hardest one for most people to follow. Don't touch it. Your portfolio's value will go up, and it will go down. There will be days, weeks, or even months when it drops, and sometimes it might drop fast. This is a normal and expected part of investing in the stock market. Long-term investors win not because they can predict the market's moves, but because they stay invested through the ups and the downs. The market has historically always recovered from downturns and gone on to reach new highs. Checking your portfolio every day is counterproductive. It's like pulling a young plant out of the soil every morning to see if its roots are growing. You just need to trust the process. Leave your investments alone. Give them space and time. Let the power of compound interest and the long-term growth of the global economy work for you. Always remember the golden rule of investing time in the market is far more important than trying to time the market. Building your first 1,000 portfolio is more than just a financial milestone. It's the moment you stop watching others build wealth from the sidelines and start building your own. It's the first step towards securing your financial independence and achieving your long-term goals. Start simple with a diversified, low-cost strategy. Stay consistent with your automated contributions, no matter how small. And most importantly, be patient and let time and compound interest do the heavy lifting for you over the years. If you found this guide helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more content on building wealth, and drop a comment if you want a part 2 on building your first $10,000 portfolio. On-screen text like, subscribe, start investing today.